Hey everyone, Meal Prep Monday! Yeah, so today it's going to be a little different, but it's all very useful. So you are going to be able to take everything that I'm going to talk to you about today and use it in all of your meal prep stuff. So this was actually a request by a couple of my peeps about talking about healthy substitutions. Okay, so this is where we're going to start. Okay, so soy sauce, right? Like we do, soy sauce is a great flavoring to add to stir fries, or if you just have like leftover vegetables and rice and you just want to kind of mix stuff together. I know like my husband would do that as a quick kind of thing and, just add some flavor, right? So, except soy sauce has a ton, like almost 1,000 milligrams of sodium, right? So what you can do is liquid aminos, okay? It is a natural soy sauce, and it has more than half less the amount of sodium. Like it's literally got, just about 300 milligrams of sodium. So yeah, that's huge. And we put this on the table if we get Chinese food, or if it's out there and the kids use it, everybody uses it. So that is a great alternative, and you can get this either, some grocery stores have it in the regular section where like the soy sauces are. I found it in the aisle where the olive oils are, that whole area, or today I found it in the health food section. So depending on the store, that's where you can get it. But definitely it's an awesome alternative for soy sauce. So you get this and you don't ever have to buy it, and it lasts forever. You can use this in marinades, you can use it in everything. So I beg of you, Bragg's is just such an awesome brand to get. So the next thing, tortillas, right? Like tortillas are such an easy, like you got Taco Tuesday or whatever, it's such an easy meal to make, right? And this is one of the things we talked about in my grocery store boot camp. So I'm going to give you a little sneak peek at what we do there. You look at the ingredients with the different types of tortillas that you're going to use, and you look at corn versus flour, okay? And you look at the ingredients, okay? Corn, the ingredients, there's less ingredients in the corn tortillas than there are the flour tortillas, right? So you want to pay attention to that. And I know with the program that I use with the 21-day fix, you can actually have 2 corn tortillas to one flour tortilla. So guess what one I'm going to go with? I'm going with 2. I have a sad, pathetic puppy over there that is whining at me. So that's what you hear. So yeah, always look for, the alternative, and check, when you're not sure, check the ingredients. You're going to look at 2 things that you might not know the difference, and you really can't even taste the difference. At least I can't, because of all the flavoring that you're putting inside the tortilla. It's just worth it to go with the one that has the less ingredients, the one that your body can break down much easier. And we talk about Whole Foods, and why we focus so much on Whole Foods is because your body has to do less work to break that down. So why not take that option that has the least amount of ingredients and the ones that can just really, that your body can digest, right? Like we can't taste the difference in it anyway. So corn tortillas, okay? So next time in the grocery store, I urge you to look at the labels, and then you'll know what I'm talking about. So pink Himalayan salt versus table salt, or even sea salt. Pink Himalayan salt is pink because it's not processed. So even sea salt has a process, is processed to a certain degree. Pink Himalayan salt, I haven't found anything that has the least amount of sodium in that. And I believe when I looked at it, pink Himalayan salt had about half the amount, or thereabouts, sodium is like the regular iodized table salt. So definitely take a look at that. And again, if you have an option between, and I think it's maybe 100 or 200, it's a couple hundred milligrams less of sodium than sea salt too. So again, if you have the option to get something with less sodium in it, like why not take it? And it usually comes in. I'm going to show you. Hold on. Okay, so that's what it looks like, and I get the fine the fine ground, because I can't do because it's really super, super strong. So I had talked about this on one of my lives too, like pink Himalayan salt. It's really, really strong. So you only use a very little bit of it. So just do little by little. You can even put some in your hand and sprinkle it that way. But it just takes a little getting used to. Don't be afraid of it. So definitely it's worth trying. You can get it, literally you can get it at, I think I paid like $4.99 or $3.99 for this whole big entire thing. Like, you know how long that's going to last me? And I don't use a lot of it. So yeah, so that's awesome. That's another alternative. So when you're talking like alternatives for carbs, right? Because we all, want to know about that stuff. And, there are many people, there's a lot, that we think we have to just cut carbs out. And please, 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 please don't do that, okay? You need carbs for your energy. But what you need is you need the right kind of carbs, right? So you want to look at, it's a summertime, right? You know what you can count as a carb? Corn on the cob, right? But now that, just like mashed potatoes are not bad for you. Corn on the cob is not bad for you. But if you're going to count corn as a carb, oh my gosh, if you're going to count corn as a vegetable, that's not accurate, right? So you want to count it as a carb, right? So put the corn on your plate and put a vegetable on your plate. But also it's what you put on the corn, right? Like, of course we love butter and salt and all that stuff, but look at something, maybe rub a little bit of olive oil on the corn and put a little bit of Himalayan pink salt on there, try that. Brown rice is an awesome option. Sweet potatoes, quinoa, wild rice, brown rice pasta, all that stuff. So barley, you don't have to miss out on those regular things that you used to as far as carbs. You just got to alter it a little bit, And bread, what I want to share with you guys about bread. Take a look at, you don't want to get a bread if you're really looking at paying attention to what you're eating and what you're putting in your body. You don't want to get anything that is unbleached or refined, right? You don't want to, you don't really want to do that. So if you look at the difference next time, I'm not going to give you guys everything because I want you guys to do some work to figure this stuff out too. But, look at the ingredients with, you're going to see a bread that says wheat bread, and then you're going to see a bread that says whole wheat bread. There is a big difference there, okay? And then also what you want to look at too is there's a lot of wheat bread that like the second or third ingredient is sugar. So why do you want that? You don't want to do that. If you're going to have sugar, you want to have it in something better than like bread, right? So take a look at that. Multigrain, whole grain, all that stuff is something to look at. But like I said, even you're going to find some multigrain stuff that is going to say unbleached refined, and you don't really want to go with that either. So just you want to look at whole wheat flour. Look at the ingredients and pay attention to that. I looked at about 4 different breads in the store today, and 2 of the whole wheat breads, and they were whole wheat, and they didn't have unbleached. They had whole wheat flour, but they still had sugar or corn sugar in the first couple, like within the first 4 ingredients. So, but then there was 2 whole wheat breads that didn't have that sugar in it. So you want to pay attention to that, okay? And butter. Right? Butter is, of course, awesome. When we cook rice, it says put some butter in the water and do all that. Potatoes, butter, all that stuff, right? So, my thing is I don't want everybody going without all the good stuff, right? So just modify how you're making it, if you, like I talked about last week, the parboiled potatoes, drizzle a little bit of olive oil over those potatoes and add a little bit of seasonings in there. My rice, when I make my rice, I add olive oil and my seasonings in the water when I'm cooking the rice, and it comes out awesome. I don't use any butter, none of that. And I do that on all my veggies when I'm either baking. I love baking broccoli, roasting broccoli, and I steam a lot of my vegetables, and I just drizzle some olive oil over it and add my seasonings, and it's delicious. Like, I don't buy, and I do have organic butter, and it is expensive, but we don't use a lot of it, so it lasts forever. And if there is a recipe that calls for something with butter, just try to use something that has the least amount of ingredients. That's all. And some things that you can put in mashed potatoes too to add that substitution for the butter would be, you can use some sour cream, you can use some Greek yogurt, you could, you know, just a little bit, you know, just to kind of add it in there, or even if you wanted to do like half and half, you know, just to cut down on the butter, you know, that's a way too. I just tend to not do the mashed potatoes that much, just so that I can just do the regular other like roasted, and then I don't have to worry about even dealing with butter. So here's a really cool alternative for eggs. If you're making something for somebody that is dairy intolerant, that can't, you know, lactose intolerant, did you know that ground flaxseed and water, and I want you guys, again, if you're going to use this, look up how you do it, but you put ground flaxseed in water and you mix it up with a wire whisk, and that's a substitute for egg. So that's really cool. I learned that. And dressings, okay? Dressings is, you can literally like go and look for, there are so many things. This happens to be a Wegmans lemon extra virgin olive oil. Drizzle that on your salad with a little bit of seasonings. It's awesome. Also, Bragg's, again, apple cider vinegar, okay? If you guys take a look at, there are so many health benefits to apple cider vinegar. I challenge you to look them up and see what you can take on with that. And so many I've made, when I was doing the Ultimate Reset, I made some awesome dressings from the apple cider vinegar. So it's so great. There are ways around everything. And like I said, when I'm having something, if I can create it and know every single ingredient that's in it, then I'm happy. Okay, Truvia, artificial sweeteners, Truvia. Okay, so there are a lot of people out there that believe that Truvia is like stevia, right? Because that's how it's marketed, right? Well, no, not true. So stevia is literally like the stevia extract from the leaf, okay? So that is really the only thing that is a true like sweetener that isn't like sugar, okay? Truvia is just, it's like the artificial, like it look at the ingredients, and there are a couple ingredients in there, but you know, it says natural, like natural flavors. Like, what does that even mean? Like that, I don't know. It doesn't list them, right? So yeah, it's just, and it's just take a look at it, okay? So like as far as sugar substitutes, right? So you have agave nectar, which is awesome. There's, you know, when you're looking up recipes, you know, they talk about like honey and maple syrup and all that stuff to substitute for sugar, which is great and awesome. And I've totally done it. But you know what to keep in mind, if you don't have that and you have the regular sugar, you know, take a look at all that stuff. You know, it does have sugar in it. Sugar is a natural ingredient in all that stuff. So your body is going to break it down just like regular sugar. So really, it's having the same effect on your body. Agave nectar, a lot of people like it because it's a healthier alternative. But keep in mind, it's twice as sweet, right? And it has twice as many calories. So, you know, if you're looking at it calorie wise, you know, you're better off just having the sugar. Like if I go out and I get a coffee somewhere, like I have them just put one sugar in it, and my body knows what to do with it. You know, a lot of the ingredients that are in the sugar-free stuff are sugar alcohols, and those really do a number on your body as far as your digestive system, and there's just so many side effects that can be caused from that. So, you know, when those side effects are happening, that's a sign that your body is fighting it. So like, you know, don't make your body do more work than it already has to do. So I think that is pretty much all that I have today for substitutes, but I hope that helped you guys. And, you know, again, if there's anything that you guys want me to take on for Meal Prep Monday, or you guys have any questions or whatever, shoot me a message and I will definitely focus on that, and I will throw it into one of my videos, and you know, just bring whatever I have to give to you guys. I'll bring it right to you. So anyways, you guys have an awesome Monday. Use some of the stuff that I gave you, and I'll see you guys next week. Peace out. Bye.